Okay, let's look at some representations of equilibrium. Now, this is going to be a pretty small one. I suggest watching the daily video number 1. We'll give more images and work for this one. But I wanted to give you some visual representations if the system's at equilibrium. So for example, we've got 3A, 2C, 4B. They like using these general kind of ideas. Now, the idea here is that if KC was this small, what would that really be? Now, we're not going to see 3, 2, and 4, okay? The idea is that this being very small, we're going to have to think of what would that actually look like. Being small, we're going to have a lot more brown and looks like purple, less of teal. So based off of any of these, which one has the least amount of teal? And that would be this one over here. The idea is that there's a ratio of 3, 2, there's another one over here, but that's okay. The idea is that this is going to be representative of our equilibrium rather than this one where there's a lot of product. This one where there's, a little bit of product is like 3 instead of the 4. This one has a lot more, very little reactants. So thinking about this, we have to relate how would this look based upon our Kc. Another example, choose what A, B, and C are, where the forward reaction is heavily favored. Okay, so the idea is that I see that this reaction is occurring, so I'm going to throw in some values in order to make that so. So if I were to draw this myself, I would want to have a relationship to where heavily favored means higher than 1, much higher than 1, like 1.4 is not much higher than 1. 64, much more substantial, and then being able to draw what those look like. So I'm taking the ideas of the equilibrium expression and kind of maximizing it. Bigger on top, smaller on the bottom. And so in choosing these values, I can draw what that should look like. Coming with any kind of questions, and be sure to check out that daily video as you're working. Take care.